For me, it's always been about the field. Um, I always I always go back to what Sean says. And Sean's words are, if you're doing something and it's working for you, keep doing it. And I've always had success on the field. I think I'm better face to face. I have done phone sales prior to doing, um, prior to being with FFL. Have I been as successful? No. But the training goes a long way. But I'm ultimately going to be an in-home guy. That's where I feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
It sucks for my car that I'm doing 45,000 miles a year on it, but it is what it is. We could just go out and get a new vehicle. Um,
Thank you for joining us on our Family First Life Tri-State Serve the People podcast. We appreciate you tuning in, spending your time to develop and grow with us. Follow us, please, on all our social media platforms at Family First Life Tri-State or FFL Tri-State. We love you. Keep listening, and I hope this information is serving you across the country.
All right, everybody. Thank you for jumping on with us for our Tristate Trends podcast. I got my main man, John Mazzella, now Senior Sales Manager of FFL Vanquish, and obviously elite producer, always in running for the Hall of Fame. And I wanted to bring you on, John, for some of the stuff you're doing. And how we doing today, my man?
we are phenomenal, bro. We're
As
doing
you
very
should
good.
be. As you should be.
No complaints here, man.
I love it, man. So I know that you've made some transitions in the last, I'd say 3 to 4 months or so. And in that, you've obviously have been more in a evolving position for your team, in a leadership position, as well as what you're doing in the field, which, for you, sometimes the talent's so natural, you let it slip sometimes. But your focus, when it's there, I mean, I think you could help 80, 90 families a month if you wanted to. Not everyone needs to do that. But you definitely made some adjustments, my man, to get this thing where it's going. So I want to talk to you about the way you're seeing this, a lot of the things you're learning, because anytime you're growing, you're learning. And what are some of the things you're doing to reap the reward you're reaping now, selling and building?
Well, first and foremost, it's all about, well, first, thanks for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure. And it's always a compliment when, I'm sitting down talking to you. And now, this is the first time I think we're talking about a business and the agency. It's always been about personal production, but
Love it.
um, I'm just pouring everything back into the agents, Mark. As difficult as it could be sometimes to get everybody on board, I'm just putting everything that I have out there on the table, and as you know, and proudly to say, I got a lot of nuggets. um, doing this for 13 years, I've learned a lot. I've also, I fell down a lot of times, and I'm just trying to help my agents not fall down as much as we fell down. So, one of the things that I've learned is something that I don't know how well I could do, but one of the things that I've been taught by everybody I speak to is be patient. Um, so that's what I'm trying to do. And as tough as it could be, um, it's a learning process.
Well, that it is, especially for impatient people.
Yeah.
So I do understand that. I know that plight. Something I battle with less than I used to, because I realize hurry up to go nowhere is an exercise in futility. So in my older age and a little bit more wise, I just try to roll more with the punches. Still not simple for me, but I do understand. Now, you let's talk about what it looks like with the agent training and the patience that you're exuding and the ability to reach more people where they're at?
Very hard to do. You know, I'm learning the hard way that everybody's got different personalities, and my personality doesn't fit everybody. So, um, schedule wise, it's like it always been. Dial Monday for Tuesday, Wednesday, dial Thursday for Saturday and Sunday, preferably Sunday, and sporadically, I'm making sure I have agent calls twice a week. I'm making sure I'm with my new agents on a daily basis. If somebody needs me for an hour, it's an hour. If somebody needs me for 3 hours, it's 3 hours. Everybody's different. We still have agents that have been with us for 2 years that still need me 7 days a week. I'm trying to give everybody my all, and at times it could be different. It could be difficult, I should say. But again, just trying to be patient. But the good thing is that I'm learning from my peers, learning from the agency owners such as yourself that are giving me tips on what to do, what not to do to make my life easier.
Yeah, and you're also an information gatherer. Like you when you say your peers, you're also learning from some of the guys that are 100 families above you, right? 300 families above you a month. 200 families above you a month. You're doing 100 families. They're doing 250, 300 families. So you're learning from some of those people as well. What has that been like? Probing, asking, trying to get understanding.
It's extremely helpful because if I do it my way, I'll lose everything in a day. you know, so it's definitely being helpful because listen. It's the same way it was 4 years ago when I came into this full time, and I learned from certain people and how they did it and what they did to succeed. So it's the same thing here. I may not be going to certain people that are doing it on an individual basis month by month, but I'm doing it from the agency owners that are just telling me how to do it, what to do. And it's definitely been a lot. It's definitely been helpful. Hiring the right staff helps dramatically. I mean, I can't tell you how much Susan Adams means to this agency.
No doubt.
She's helped me in so many ways. Like I wouldn't be able to do it between all due respect, me and Christopher. Like, Chris can only do so much.
Right.
But as much as Susan and I butt heads, she's just been a godsend. She really has, because it's everything is now structure. Where there was no structure 4 months ago. There was no structure 5 months ago, prior. So now everything is just starting to snowball the way it snowballs. And she's really good at reaching out to Dana and Aiko and a lot of other agency admins to get help. And, Tiffany has been a blessing, and your whole staff has been a blessing. And having her by my side really helps us accomplish what we want to accomplish. Hopefully that makes sense and answers your question.
It does. I mean, and let's talk. Good staff makes a game-changing difference. I see the work she does. She's phenomenal. She has an amazing attitude about it, and she kind of truly gets it. And that's the interesting thing. Our deal is very enigmatic. We're dealing with, independent salespeople who are, basically bipolar. I mean, like, we've got people that the best ones are looking to, continue to, eat off the table. The ones that are trying to grow it and are banging their head against the walls are extracting. But it's imperfect. It's a beautifully imperfect situation. And I mean, I've been on both sides. I've been bipolar doing this. So let's be honest. So when you have people that understand people, it really helps because, if you think it's supposed to look a certain way or feel a certain way or be a certain way, then you're you're going to be in trouble. Now, again, that doesn't mean growth shouldn't be there, but we're literally dealing with people from all walks of life. So that means that we're going to catch everything in the ocean. And then we got to figure out how we're going to nurture it to get it to life. Make sense?
Absolutely.
So when you tie in your sales and some of the stuff you're doing, I know you do some hybrid stuff, but I know your sweet spot is the field. Talk to us a little bit about what the field is doing from a sanity standpoint to bring in, come in, to do the things you're doing to help people, and how that really makes a difference.
Yeah, well, for me, it's always been about the field. I always I always go back to what Sean says, and Sean's words are, if you're doing something and it's working for you, keep doing it. And I've always had success on the field. I think I'm better face to face. I have done phone sales prior to doing, prior to being with FFL. Have I been as successful? No. But the training goes a long way. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm ultimately going to be an in-home guy. That's where I feel more comfortable.
Yep.
Um, it sucks for my car that I'm doing 45,000 miles a year on it, but it is what it is. We could just go out and get a new vehicle. Um, we got it
True.
like that.
But those numbers, again, number one, I want to highlight the switch, right? Your ability to turn it on and off, which, again, is a double-edged sword, right? It's amazing,
Right.
and then it can work against you. But, I mean, look at that production level in 3 and 4 months. You're helping a ton of families. So I think at the end of the day, but being able to generate revenue like that really helps your ability to build an agency, no?
Well, now I have this, besides this thing that comes into your mail every day that's called bills, you also have to make sure that money is there to pay your staff, right? And you got leads that come in every day, and you never know how much that bill is going to be. And these bills are just going to come in, so you got to keep it moving. But yeah, I always remember what you said to me about how tough it was in the beginning, um, at times. And I just want to make sure that I don't have that problem where I just want to make sure I'm comfortable at the least, if that makes sense. I don't ever want to have to worry about, oh my God, I'm running low on my funds, or my business account is getting lower. I just want to make sure that there's never any problem there. So obviously, you got to keep it moving.
No doubt. When you think about where you are as a senior sales manager, what is your goal to get to VP and SVP time-wise?
Well, that's it. Just, continue being patient, continue doing 30, 40 a month, continue giving access to everything that you have to all your agents. Not every agent is going to be on board. I get that. And more importantly, just keep funneling the pipeline with not only new policies and new families, but new agents. So as long as that funnel is being filled with agents, that's my goal. I mean, I don't have a goal where I say, all right, by the end of the year, I want to do 500. Yeah, it would be nice as an agency, but I think the next goal is to get to where some of my peers are, the 200 to 300,000. I want to get there first before I go to the next level. And that's obviously the next goal. And I don't have any doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind that won't happen. It will happen. It's just a matter of whether it's going to happen in a month or 3 months. But the goal is just to keep doing what I'm doing, be patient, and keep making presentations to new agents.
I love that. Keep making presentations to new agents. And that's essentially, in a nutshell, is the service part of what we do. Is we get people to see the vision, see the opportunity to opt in, and then help them and their families grow. Thank you for jumping on with me for our Tri-State Trends. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. And I know I wished you happy birthday yesterday, but happy birthday again, bro. Love you.
Love you too, brother. Thank you so much. God bless you guys.
All right, man.
Keep
Be
listening.
well.
We'll keep bringing value. Take care.